Deuces Wild motherfuckers!
You guys, little technical difficulties, but once again, the EB comes through, baby.
Think about what we have to do sometimes, though, to make this show happen. I happen to be in backwoods, North Carolina.
Wait a second. Wait. You give me grief about being in backwoods, and I'm in backwoods, Mississippi.
Bro, so you're at Deuces Wild Ranch right now. I happen to be in Caray, North Carolina. Yet,
Caray, North Carolina. What y'all got going on? An LTP thing?
So we're actually playing in a tournament put on by USA Baseball. They have 30 of the top teams in the country. We made it to the final 8. And that will begin on Thursday. And it's been a fucking whirlwind, man. Such great competition.
That's cool. That's cool. Hey, look, I gotta let you guys know, all right, because whether it's LTP, whether it's the Giants or whatever, you know, I come up with some new shit, come up with some new shirts, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Krispy Kreme logo with fresh dingers hit daily. All right, you bastards, y'all need to hit some fucking dingers. Let's go.
Thrill. I'll tell you what, man. You never surprised me with your shirt tonight. I actually thought about my shirt, and then I was going to change it. But I came on camera, and we have Flippy here, which is our smiling double.
Yeah. Flippy.
It seems to come off perfectly on the black on silver. And a reminder.
Plus on top of that, you're showing your man boobs and all that sort of stuff. You're fucking solid right there, dude.
A couple more tequilas, I might show you some titty before the night's over. All right, man. Let's get right to it. Rafael Devers traded.
Jesus, how about it one time?
To the San Francisco Giants for Jordan Hicks and Kyle Harrison, amongst potentially others. But the Giants and Buster Posey acquire what is arguably one of the greatest bats of this generation. A lot of people are saying for nothing. I think you and I have a little more respect for Jordan Hicks and Kyle Harrison than other people do. But holy shit, man, what a fucking trade.
You know what? You know, I love Jordan Hicks and Kyle Harrison, and I had not had a chance to see, you know, Tibbs, who was our first-round pick from last year. I had not had a chance to see him play yet, but I was headed that way, and he got included in the trade. But, you know, we needed and have been needing some thump in the lineup. We got thump now. That's what I'm talking about. This man right here, all right, I don't know about every little detail about him, but I know if you always look at Rafael Devers, he's always up in the top of home runs. He's always up in the top of RBIs. And San Francisco Giants need a presence in the lineup like that.
215 home runs already in his relatively short career. He's a 279 hitter, 349 on base percentage, 510 slugging percentage, 859 OPS. He's been killing it so far this season, leading the league in walks, was up there in RBIs, 58, 15 homers. And the irony of all of this is that he got off to a very slow start in Boston amongst a lot of other chaos. One of those things being the ultimate reason why I feel like he was traded. He wasn't willing to play first base, Thrill, your old position in San Francisco. He shows up in San Francisco and he says, I'm willing to play wherever. Fuck you, Boston.
Yeah, no, and because he just got traded to an organization that has a freaking Gold Glove third baseman. He's played against him a long time. He knows Matt Chapman, and he's like, okay, yeah, that guy's pretty freaking good over there. All right, I'll do whatever the San Francisco Giants say. What they're gonna do is they're gonna make him a first baseman. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. He's going to be a DH. And then from time to time, if Chapman needs a day off, he'll ease on over there. So, he'll be taking ground balls on both sides of the diamond. I know I'll probably have a chance to work with him on the first base side of things. And, while we're talking about this is not one or two or anything like that. Buster Posey has freaking stepped up. All right, here I am in Mississippi. All right, I'm at Mississippi. I'm not far from Mississippi State. Mississippi State is big time into the cowbells. All right, and anytime anything good happens, you got to ring the cowbell. All right, so Buster Posey, God damn it, son, you're doing a freaking great job. Keep it up. The San Francisco Giants are looking a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. I mean, good Lord Almighty. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to guess that we'd have got thumped like this in the middle of the lineup, in the middle of the season, before the trading deadline and all that sort of stuff. Buster to step up like this. There you go, Buster.
People are talking about the Giants winning the trade deadline. And it's fucking June 17th, dude.
Yeah. I mean, he ain't waiting around. He's like, look, he says, we in the middle of the shit right now. And they are. They are in the middle of the shit. And he's like, I'm going to try to do something to put us over the top and get us to where we know we're going to be in the postseason. And, look at the run that they went on before they went to LA. Look at the run that they went on where they won like 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 7, and they were all one-run games. You start winning those kind of one-run games, like your bullpen comes together, your pinch hitters come together, your lineup comes together. Everything starts freaking consolidating. And, for me personally, dude, sitting pretty right now, sitting pretty. Just got to keep it going. Got to keep the snowball going down the hill. You know what I mean?
So Rafael Devers hitting third tonight on a game that's about to start. 272 on the year. That is his average. 905 is his OPS. So tonight's lineup is Lee Adames Devers, Ramos, Smith, who can't love what Smith's been doing, man? Schmidt.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
Right? Yastrzemski, Fitzgerald, and is it Knizer? How do you say the catcher's name?
You know what? I've asked that same question. I keep coming up with different names.
Knizer.
I gotta say Knizer. Yeah.
There's a K and an N. Can we get some help in the chat room?
There's a K and an N together. It's like, come on, dude.
Well, regardless, Rafael Devers is in the lineup tonight, and Thrill, the Giants, from a standings perspective, right now, just in back of the 2.5 games behind the Dodgers. Obviously, they lost the last 2, but this is a team that you got to believe is going to be in it. Still 7-3 in their last 10. What does a slugger like that do for the morale in the clubhouse?
I mean, if I'm in the clubhouse and I get somebody like that inserted into the middle of the lineup, I'm like, oh, dude, that's the piece we were missing. You know, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, because you know, you read off his stats. You read off, you know, his homers in a, you know, a career that is still being played. Um, but the thump, the walks, the getting on base and stuff like that. If there's any like stat that he has, it's like, all right, he strikes out a little too much. Okay, but guess what? That's today's game. But
Mm-hmm.
when that son of a gun puts the ball in play, dude, there's some shit going on. And so I like guys like that. I like guys that damn near, you know, make it to where it's like, oh Lord, shit's getting ready to happen right here.
Are you concerned that this is somebody who was discontent in Boston? They brought in Alex Bregman. They moved him off of third base. They then told him he was going to be a full-time DH. They said, put away your glove. He then was asked to play first base, and he gave them the flippy. That caused immense dissension in the Red Sox organization. John Henry, the owner, flew out to meet with him about that. Alex Cora obviously could not have been pleased. And here we are a short period of time later, and Craig Breslow, friend of the program, ends up trading him. That is a Red Sox GM. Are we concerned that he's not a team guy because of what transpired in Boston?
There's two things. There's two ways to answer that question. First off, is my initial reaction is we went and got him, and we got a Gold Glove third baseman, so he knows he ain't coming over there to play third base. He knows that, and so for him to come out and say, "Hey, I'm gonna do whatever the San Francisco Giants want," that's a tip of the cap to him right there. I understand what he was going through when he was in Boston. He was the man in Boston, and then they go get Bregman, and then they try to force feed it down his throat. Okay? Well, now, no. This organization came out and said, hey, we want you. All right, we got a Gold Glove third baseman. We got a freaking shortstop that's going to play every freaking day. All right, we want you to be the thump in this freaking lineup. And for him to come out and say, hey, I'm glad to be a Giant. He's in the best division in baseball right now. All right, I mean, Dodgers, Padres, Giants, Diamondbacks. I mean, this is going to be a boat race to the finish. You know, he was in the AL East, and Red Sox weren't doing too good. I guess now he's in the middle.
Yeah, dude. So
Is it me that froze up, or is it you?
it's a little bit of both, but whatever. I mean, we're doing a show from butt fuck Egypt, man. I mean, otherwise known as the Southern United States. Hey, I do have a
Easy,
question.
big fella. Easy. We live down here. You fucking West Coast, fuck you.
Hey, I think this brings up a bigger issue. And I don't want people in Boston to take this the wrong way. But there's been a lot of players over the years who have become discontent playing for the Red Sox. And I will tell you,
I'll agree with you there. Yeah.
as somebody who never played for the Red Sox, but honestly, I would have loved to play in that fucking city with that fucking fan base. And there was always this immense love for the city of Boston I had as a visiting player. I'm just curious how and why so many of their own become so fucking irritated with either the city, the fans, or the organization. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Does it to you?
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Um, for a long time, the Red Sox weren't kind of in the middle of the mix. Then they got in the middle of the mix. They won some World Series, all that sort of stuff. And now the fan base is like, we ought to be doing that shit every year. And yet at the same time, the Yankees, the Blue Jays, the Rays, they're going out there and they're producing pretty damn good ball clubs. And yeah, I mean the fan base is like, look, I need to have W's, and we need to go to the postseason every year. And here's Rafael Devers. You know, he has the credentials to back up what he needs to do. For me personally, all right, I am one of those guys that step back and I look myself in the mirror. All right. And if I'm Raphael, I back up and I go, all right, look, they bringing in Bregman. They bringing in Bregman for a reason. He's a gold glover and stuff like that. I'm going to play third base, but then I also have to play different positions. Okay. I'm going to do what it takes to get W's and get my ass in the postseason. That's the way I look at things. He took it a little bit more personally, and okay, I get it. I get it. But at the same time, now he is with us, and I don't give a fuck. All I know is, hey, dude, go out there and fucking mash. Go out there and hit. Go out there and be a good teammate and help the San Francisco Giants do whatever we need to do to get another freaking ring on our finger.
And he said all the right things. I'll hit anywhere you want me to hit. I'll play anywhere you want me to play. That's all San Francisco Giants fans need to hear. And it's
And
awesome.
guess what? And guess what? Guess what? There ain't no way. There ain't no way he's getting out the middle of the lineup. He's hitting what, 3 tonight? He's gonna be 3, 4, 5. Those are your RBI positions. 3, 4, 5. He'll be one of those every night he's in the lineup.
When you look at the other teams around the league, and you had an opportunity to play for some really good organizations, obviously starting with the San Francisco Giants, you played for the Texas Rangers when they were going to the playoffs for the first time ever. You then go to the Baltimore Orioles, and the St. Louis Cardinals is where you ended your career. Let's play a game. If you had 3 other places that you could have played with, assuming the money is equal everywhere you go, what
Right.
are the next 3 organizations you would have chosen?
Without a shadow of a doubt, the Yankees, number one. They they always wanted the best players. They always would go out and buy the best players, whatever it was, because they wanted to be in the playoffs every year. Yankees, number one. Number two, Dodgers. I mean, hated rivals, but they were the same way. They were the West Coast version of the Yankees. They wanted to be in the playoffs every year. They wanted to do all that sort of shit. Number three, that's kind of a toss up, believe it or not. But because and I mean, I gotta say this because I played for them, but the freaking fan base in St. Louis, oh my god! I mean, if I had come up with the Cardinals from the get go, oh my god, it'd have been a mess. It'd have been a mess because the history of that organization, And those fans in St. Louis, oh my God, they're unbelievable.
That's really cool, dude. And they do. They have fantastic fans. I would say, though, Thrill, I had the opportunity to play for the A's, I had the opportunity to play for the Rockies, the Orioles, the Diamondbacks, and the Mariners. If you gave me three organizations that I could have played for, assuming everything monetarily was equal, unquestionably, in no particular order, it would have been Yankees, Chicago Cubs, and the Red Sox.
Whoa! Wow, you dropped the Cubs. All right, so you're going more with the fan base then.
Bro,
Going with.
I fucking felt it, man. Every time I went into those cities, it's different. Every fucking big leaguer will tell you too. I would go to Boston, I would go to New York, and I'd go to Chicago, and it was like I was playing in a different fucking league. It was so gosh damn electric. I fed
I
off the,
get
you see the veins coming out of my fucking neck right now because I'm feeling the energy that I felt when I walked into that ballpark. All those ballparks.
Hey,
Fenway Park,
hey, I
Yankee
get it. I
Stadium,
get it.
Wrigley Field. Holy shit,
Hey,
man.
and I mean, I was in Wrigley. I was in Wrigley when they weren't good, and I was in Wrigley when they were good. Like '89, we had to play them in the playoffs. Dude, Wrigley is a fucking great atmosphere. Great atmosphere. If anybody in the chat room wants to go to a freaking baseball game and have a ball, go to Wrigley Field. Go to Wrigley Field.
Was there a spot that you would go to every time you went into Chicago? Was there, I don't know, one of the bars across the street, a
Nah,
steakhouse?
go across the street because it was like a fucking mob scene. There was one down yonder called a lodge, and I'd go to the lodge every now and then and hang out down there, have a few brouhahas.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I've been to the lodge. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh, the lodge was still rolling when I was going through there, dude.
Yeah, no, lodge was fun. I mean, they had so much going on, but then I mean, Chicago was such a great town. I mean, it didn't matter about the nightlife and going out and having a beer or two, but I mean just like the food was like freaking, you had Lowry's, you can go get prime rib. You had a place called Ron's of Japan. You could go get lobster and they put it in some fucking sauce, and it's kind of similar to like sushi, but it's freaking a high end sushi. And there's other places like that. And on top of that, back then in the day, I mean, I loved Harry Caray, and so I'd go into Harry Caray's place, and every time I went in there, Harry's in there. And Harry's like, Drew, you come up, give me a big hug, and he buy me a drink and all that sort of stuff. And I met his wife a bunch of times, and I mean, so it is so cool, sometimes going to like Chicago.
What
And
was
on top of that, every time we went to Chicago, that was where we had all the rookies paint the balls at a horse. So, I mean, it was a fucking great city for me.
what was Harry Carey like in person?
Oh my God. Dude, we'd be taking batting practice, all right? Because we're taking it after the Cubs. And so it's, I don't know, 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30, somewhere around there. And Harry come up and he goes, Thrill, how you doing? And it's just this fucking Budweiser hitting you upside the face. And it's like, Jesus Christ, Harry, you got started early today. And he's like, I gotta enjoy this game, Thrill. And I mean, he was such a mess. I love Harry Carey. I love his wife. They're freaking great people. And, he was one of those guys just like kind of like Jack Buck, just gone too early. Needed him around a little bit more. And the same could be said for like Bob Euchre. Needed him around a little bit more.
Yeah, I had a chance to spend some time around Bobby Euchre. I never had a chance to spend any time around Harry Carey, but the legend of him lives on, and obviously the famous
Oh,
phrases where it just, I Ryan Dempster. I don't know how well you know Demp, but a really good friend of
I
mine.
know I know Dempster a little bit, and he's a funny fuck. I
He
love him.
is funny. He does an unbelievable Harry Carey impersonation, and it's there's something, and it's what's really cool is that I think each organization mostly has their thing, but there's these long connections, right? And I kind of feel like when you think about legendary broadcasters, and it's Euchre with the Milwaukee Brewers or it's Harry Carey with the Cubs, it brings me to a couple of living legends that we get to listen to and watch on a nightly basis. And Dwayne Kuiper and Mike Krukow. I don't even want to think about the day when they're not with us. They're not calling Giants games. But what have the two of them meant to you? And even now, and you just getting an opportunity to watch them.
So, Mike Krukow was my mentor. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, he was the guy that made me a big leaguer, and I could never thank him enough. I mean, and I need to thank him more, is because you know good Lord Almighty. I mean, he took me under his wing and he taught me everything that it needs to be a pro baseball player. He even brought me into his house. I mean, he had a little 1 bedroom something or another out in the backyard where, he let me stay. And then, I would come into the house after the game and the kids are all fired up, and I'm young. I'm in my 20s, and he and Jennifer, just wanted to chill out, and I'm like, y'all come on outside with me, and we'd have a freaking wiffle ball game or whatever the fuck we'd have out there, and I got all the kids out there with me, and I'm Uncle Will, and yeah, and he and Jennifer could just chill out, but I mean, Mike Krukow by far my number one bestest mentor in baseball. And you know, then you switch it over to Dwayne Kuiper. Dwayne, I want to say it was his maybe second or third year, announcing, and I knew that he had come from Cleveland and stuff like that, and being around him and just listening because he was an infielder and I'm an infielder, and infielders attack the ball a certain way, and listening to what he had to say, that's why I tell everybody till this day he's Uncle Dwayne for me. So I got Mike, who I call roommate. We call each other roomie. And then I got Uncle Dwayne, and now they are partners up in the booth. And when I go up in the booth, oh my God, I wish they had the mics on all the time when I go in the booth, because they are talking old school baseball. They're telling me the truth, and I wish the fans could have a chance to listen to it, because now you gotta mic check everything, and you can't do this and you can't do that. If the fans had a chance to hear Mike Krukow and Dwayne Kuiper tell it like it is, oh my God, they would be like this. They would be like, yes, yes, somebody's fucking talking the right fucking way.
Thrill. This is why we created No Filter Network, man.
Boom.
This is it.
There it is,
Getting your
right there, bro.
You're so right. Like, I've heard both of them off the air, and you can sense it, though. Isn't it crazy? Because sometimes they don't even have to say anything. Sometimes their silence speaks louder than any words ever could.
By
But they're
far.
fans.
So
What I love about it is that they care as much, if not more, than any diehard fan you could ever dream. They care as much, if not more, than any player in that locker room. As much, if not more, than any member of the executive office. As much, if not more, than any membership of the fucking ownership group. They truly are invested into this team. Emotionally, physically, I'm sure financially to some extent. But it's cool.
all right, I got one for you. For you and everybody in the fucking chat room. All right. I literally can't see who's in the chat room right now because what we got going on. But here we go. All right. So this is when I'm playing, and it's Dwayne and Mike, and they're calling a game, right? And there was sometimes where I'd catch the ball at first base and I'd give a full arm fake. And Dwayne started calling it the arm cock. All right, fine. Okay. So I give a freaking full arm fake, and it would hold the runner at second base. He wouldn't even think about going to third base. He'd just stay at second. So I was like, all right, good play right there. Well, it was somebody else that caught it at first base and gave the full arm fake like that. And Dwayne, in the middle of his broadcast, goes, he doesn't have a cock like Will. or something like that. And Krukow goes, arm cock, arm cock, arm cock. when Dwayne told that story, about freaking started heaving. I was laughing so hard. And since then, he tells that story, maybe 10 or 15 times about the arm cock story. And it gets better and better because Dwayne and Mike embellish so good. But I was like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. He said, yes, I did.
Oh, it's a hell of a cock, man. I mean, yeah, that arm cock, that really got him every time. Cock,
but he forgot arm in there. Oh my goodness. That one is going to be used again. Yes, you can go ahead and repost that one.
Oh man.
Dude, this is the best part. This is the best part about No Filter. There's two things about No Filter that I fucking love. All right, is telling these stories in old school baseball type shit that gets reposted. I love that shit because it's like I want to tell more fucking stories because people need to know that shit. That's first off. Second off is you and I have been on numerous broadcasts, where you go, all right, here's going to be a fastball away, and he ought to hit this one in the right center. Whack! One of them numbers. Or you say something where you go, dude, this dude's looking dead red fastball, and whack! He hits one, and you go, well, shit, we just call that shit, I mean, that's part of being a major leaguer and knowing what the hell's going on. And that's what I love about fucking No Filter.
So, Thrill, like, I'm down here, obviously, in North Carolina, and we're coaching this, event, whatever, let them play 13U team. And as you know, like, I'm really obsessed with details. I'm really obsessed with all the little things that go into the game of baseball, the fighting for inches, its leads, its jumps, its defensive positioning, its secondaries, its second secondaries. For those of you who don't know, I'll give you an example of a second secondary because a lot of the general public doesn't even understand. But imagine you hit a base hit to right field, you're rounding first base, and the throw comes in, and it's a low throw that would hit the cutoff man. Cutoff man lets it go through. So you turn around, right? It's kind of a pause, and then it's like a secondary after the ball goes through. Then you're reading the ball, and it's constantly really the best way to think about it is just never taking your eye off the baseball, always being ready to advance to the next base. And so we went over a lot of these things, a lot of the general principles. We went over balls in dirt, being the trail runner, worked on being the trail runner because sometimes the trail runner doesn't look at the guy in front of him. Really obsessed with that. Obsessed with the way we take leads, the way we're reading ball in dirt. Went over delay steals. Believe it or not, like it's if you're going to delay steal, was really fixated with the kids. You don't want the middle infield when they're not at double play depth. They're really far away from the base. It is so fucking easy to delay steal. So, meaning the best way to delay steal is with 2 outs. So we've been doing all kinds of shit, and it's paid off. I think the kids are certainly learning. But what's cool is that we have a couple families that have never played with us before, and a couple of these kids that have never played with us before. And to get some of the feedback that I'm getting, there's one kid specifically and his dad, kid's the shortstop for the number 1 team in the country that they just happen to not be here. And he's playing for us this weekend. The dad's a former high school baseball coach. And so some of the messages that he sent me is like, it warms my heart to hear it, because basically he's like, dude, you're coaching, you guys collectively are coaching on a different level than anybody else does at this travel ball level. And I'm like, fuck yeah, we are, but this should be the norm. And it's not everywhere, which kind of sucks, because I don't think the kids are learning the game the right way. Now, I don't think this is a knock, because I think, look, the coach who coaches that team is fantastic. I think he does a terrific job, and I don't think it was a knock at him by any means. I just think that collectively, all of us who are in the travel ball world don't fucking coach as much as we should when it comes to the details of the game. So you have all these kids that, quite honestly, they don't know how to fucking play the game. There was a pick over to first base today. We got one of our kids running back to third base, and it wasn't one that plays with us on a regular basis. I'm like, bro, you gotta go the other way, man. Pick over to first base. You're on third base. We're not going back to the base. We're going fucking that way. So I love this game. I love the details of this game. I love the intricacies of this game. And that's basically what I told his dad. I'm like, bro, this is what I do. This is what I talk about when I'm on the podcast with Thrill. And he actually even brought up the podcast, and we talked about that a little bit, because this, this is good, honest baseball conversation, and it's fucking important. It's not just, I think, to teach the next generation of kids. It's to teach the fucking fans the game, so they all know and understand. They're knowledgeable about what the fuck is happening out on the field.
Let me tell you something very, very similar to what you're talking about right there. It was the Yankees Red Sox game the other day, and somebody from the Red Sox hits a double. It's a double cut and relay. All right, so the second baseman goes out, shortstop goes out, all that sort of stuff. Second base is unoccupied. Aaron Judge came running in from right field and occupied second base. That was how I was taught. That's how you were taught. And now it just goes kind of by the wayside. It's like, hey, dude, you're the right fielder. There's action going on in left. You ain't got shit to do. Why don't you just fucking make a little sprint over there to second base and get involved in the play?
There's always somewhere to be, right? Typically, you're going to have the first base trail, but for whatever reason, if that first baseman's not there, you got to fucking be there. I told the kids the other day as we were practicing, we basically were practicing like rundowns. And I told them, I'm like, look, because this did not happen in our last tournament. We got a rundown between third and home, and eventually we ran out of players. And I had a left fielder, and I want to say a shortstop somehow didn't get involved, yet both of them should have been there. Whenever there was a rundown in the infield as an outfielder, I used to run in so fucking excited about potentially being able to get a rundown.
Like,
right?
I'm an infielder now. Hey, look, you know what? You know what? You and I have talked about this. You and I have talked about this a lot, matter of fact, is thank God you played and I played in ballparks that had humongous foul territory. All right? Candlestick and Oakland were by far
Huge.
the biggest foul territory in the world. So when everybody's chasing the ball, there's some shit going on, and you're like, there's bases unoccupied. All right. Well, if the bases are unoccupied, somebody needs to occupy them. And on top of that, you and I also were taught keep the pitcher out of the play. So now, fly ball down the left field line. Matt Williams is chasing it. Jose Uribe is chasing it. Kevin Mitchell's chasing it. Robbie Thompson has to stay at second base because there's a runner there. Third base is unoccupied. You either got the catcher or you got the pitcher. And we were taught to keep the pitcher out of everything. So all I would do is I'd make a freaking sprint across the diamond, and I became the third baseman. And we kept everything in check. And guess what? That's just heads up baseball. That is, hey, look, there's an unselfish player that wants to get the fuck over there and get his ass in position to keep the pitcher out of the play, right? And so it happened all the time, and vice versa. I'd go down the right field line. Robbie Thompson goes down the right field line. Here comes Matt Williams sprinting across the diamond. So this shit happened all the time back in the day. We talked about it, and now it's, everybody's friends and neighbors and all that. It's like, fuck, get the fucking ball into play, occupy the fucking bag so that we can get time out and go from there.
Never take your eye off the baseball. Get a proper lead. Take a proper secondary. 2 outs, 2 strikes. We're going on the swing. I mean, this is shit that, like, I can't tell you how grateful I am for Ron Plaza, who taught me ultimately like how to run the bases. As far as I want everyone to watch this from now on, because there's big leaguers that don't do this shit, but there's third basemen that'll get way off, right? And so they're way off now, and they're pulling some kind of modified shift. Well, as a runner, you can get as far off as that third baseman is going to fucking give you. So if he's 50 feet from third base, you should be 50 feet from third base as well. Now, all you got to do, you're not even looking at home. You're just looking back at the third baseman. And he goes back to the bag, you go back to the bag. He goes back to the bag, you go back to the bag. He goes further, you go further. He goes further, you go further. These are the type of things that I'm not even sure if they're teaching anymore. I got a good buddy of mine, Breland Almodovar. Like, I coach him on the Bananas, played for the Party Animals. He's with the glow in the dark team now, the Chili Peppers or whatever. But we went over this shit with the fucking Savannah Bananas. Like, this is a bananas, and we were obsessed with this stuff. Yet sometimes we're watching these games on TV, and I'm like, who the fuck taught this guy how to run the goddamn fucking bases?
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. That's all I can tell you. All I can tell you is I'm with you. And you know what? Thank God, because I'm not in the next generation coming up. I'm getting guys that have already been drafted, all that sort of stuff, and I'm trying to get them kind of squared away. But for you and the 12, 13, and the rest of the coaches that are doing that, please stay with the fundamentals. Get them going in the right direction. That way, when we get them in pro ball, they're not freaking mind fucked, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, there are so many kids that I see in pro ball, and I mean, I had this discussion last year with one of our kids in Eugene, Oregon. All right, he did not know pop up commands. All right, so in
Priority.
other words, pop up priority. Center fielder is over everybody. Any outfielder coming in is over the infielders. Shortstop's over everybody. Second baseman's over the right side. I mean, they didn't know pop up priorities. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at him and I'm like, seriously, dude. I mean, you went to a 4-year Division I school and they didn't teach you this? And he goes, no. And I go, I just dropped my head. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this sport on a fucking Division I school? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And so you and I have to teach them the right way. And thank God you are doing it on the 12, 14, U, whatever.
Yeah.
All right? Because when they get to high school, not even when they get to college, when they get to high school, they are going to be running the fucking show because you have taught them the right way. The coach ain't going to be fucking taking no fucking credit. It's going to be the kids on the field. The kid that you taught in LTP is going to be like, hey, get over there, run over there, do this, get your ass over there while the play is going on.
I honestly concerned, and I think what's happened through is that so many of these kids don't really play for one team. And so when you're scattered and you're this fill-in player on this team and this team and this team and this team, you're not practicing, and you're not practicing as a fucking team, dude. Does that make sense? And so you're not going over all the shit that we used to go over. And it's really just, I got my hitting coach, and I got my fucking pitching coach, and I got my fielding coach, and guess what? You don't know how to fucking play baseball. Fuck! Ugh.
Dude, I laugh because I'm like, seriously? Why were you there? Why didn't you go over there? You know, and kind of just make sense of things. And I'm doing that on a professional level. And I'm like, all right, the kids at a 12, 13, 14, I'm like, oh my God, what are some of these parents and coaches having to go through? And you are having to go through it. You have a great group of kids. Don't get me wrong. You have a great group of kids, and you have been teaching them the right way. Thank fucking God. All right? But at the same time, I also see some games, you know, because I got nieces and nephews and shit like that. You know, I go see these games. I'm like, where the fuck are all these kids going? Why is everybody running over there when they should be over here? You know, that kind of shit. So anyway, but
Well, look, man, I would just say this. Right now, more than ever, if you are a youth baseball coach or you are a high school baseball coach or you are a college baseball coach or you are a professional baseball coach, if you're coaching the details, the little tiny details that essentially are the fundamentals of the fucking game, you are winning. And so there's a team in Omaha, and not my UCLA Bruins who happen to be down 6-0 to Arkansas in an elimination game right now.
they're
But
down 6.
down 6.
Are they getting ready to be eliminated?
Yeah. LSU beat them
Damn.
earlier today. A game
Yeah.
that was rain delayed from last night. whatever. They're a year early. They weren't even supposed to be in Omaha this year. But there's a team thrill that keeps showing up in Omaha. And as a matter of fact, won the College World Series just a few years ago. Coastal Carolina. And
you know what? I was gonna say that. For being a freaking small school, them motherfuckers do it right. They
right.
do it right.
Yep. And so apparently
I don't know the coach. I don't know anything, but I know I see Coastal Carolina's name pop up everywhere. And they're like, "Oh, Coastal Carolina's in this regional and they're ranked number 3." Coastal Carolina might kick your ass right there. That's what it might be.
So Coastal Carolina is back at it, right? Well, so they had a longtime baseball coach, did a terrific job, was fantastic. So his understudy took over, and they're doing the same shit. It literally is a formula that they perfected. Now, remember this. Think about the type of kids that go to Coastal Carolina. You are a Clemson reject. You are a South Carolina reject. You are a North Carolina reject. You are a Duke reject. You are an NC State reject. And then, guess where you go? Coastal fucking Carolina. You might not have quite as much talent as these other kids, but you know what you do have? You got a fucking chip on your shoulder. And you got a great coach and legacy of coaches that have fucking made you guys great baseball players, and then you outperform every one of these dumbass bitches each and every single fucking year, and you're in Omaha once again. Coastal fucking Carolina motherfuckers. Fuck yes. I love it.
And guess what? That fucking coach has the fucking right system.
Yeah.
Because, hey, guess what? All of those rejects that you're talking about right there, they got the little chip on their shoulder, and then all of a sudden they show up, and it's like, guess what? Game on, boys. I'm going to fucking do this shit right, and I got my chip on my shoulder, and I'm good to go.
So Coastal Carolina's head baseball coach is Kevin Schnall. He's the 6th head coach in program history, taking over for Gary Gilmore after his retirement. Schnall became the head coach after serving as the associate head coach and recruiting coordinator. He played for the help me with this one. The Chanticleers. No, I mean,
you said it wrong. I know what you're trying to say.
Somebody help me. The Chanticleers? What the fuck's the Chanticleer? How? I have no idea.
You're such a fucking West Coast piece of shit.
Is it a deer? I mean,
no,
a Chanticleer? What is it? A Chanticleer.
You're a mess.
Oh, no fucking idea.
I fucking love you. What's terrible?
I mean, do I have to open up the chat for this one? The Chanticleer. What's a Chanticleer?
Yeah, no.
Here we go.
Open up the chat. Let them fucking deal with you.
Here we go.
By the way.
Yeah, it's a rooster. It's like, you know what it is? It's a cock. Hold on. This is back to what we're talking about. It's a cock. It's a fucking cock. Hey, Tara's on the chat.
If I open up the chat, I gotta get you out the way. All right, let me see what the chat says. All right,
so good. Look at Crudelli's on here. We got a great crowd.
Dude, I'm going through like pages of chats and shit. All right.
Oh, this is so good. Rodolfo, Linda. By the way, if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, you want to join us live on No Filter Network every Tuesday, 6:05 p.m. Pacific time, roughly. I mean, I could be 20 or 30 minutes late, and that's always on me. But if you want to join the live chat, this is where you get it.
Yes, it is. God damn it.
Bro, the Chanticleer, man.
I fucking love you so much.
I have a question, Thrill. Why do you guys in the South, why is everything always got to be about fucking cocks, man? I don't understand it. Explain it.
What do you mean? What do you mean by cock?
Just as everything like the South Carolina game cock. Like you guys keep talking about
Yeah.
cocks, and it's
Yeah,
aggressive.
no, it's all about fucking hard fucking horns. Look behind me. Wait, over here. Yeah, there you go. Look at those fucking
I don't
deer
see
right
any
there.
cocks.
Got fucking hard horns. It's about fucking being hard, motherfucker.
Oh, this is a hey for all the kids listening at home. I apologize. You're gonna get you're gonna get an education.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, all you little rejects out there. I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh, dude,
You guys know what the fuck we're talking about, though.
my kid's probably watching this somewhere with his boys and
Your
hysterically
kid
laugh like,
knows. Believe me, your kid knows.
oh,
Being around you. Goddamn, come on.
oh, it's incredible, dude.
This
Thrill.
is
So,
awesome. Awesome.
what are the animals behind you? I was gonna get to that. What is it? What is
All
that
right.
one? Yeah, what the fuck
Those
is
over
that?
here are foxes, and
They're what?
then those over there are deer.
I know the deer, but what are those other fucking creepy looking things, man?
Those are foxes. Like the little foxes that you guys got getting in the garbage. Same shit.
Those are kind of they're harmless, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're harmless until they get in your garbage and drag your shit all over the place, and that's when I fucking kill them. There you go. I ain't fucking picking up all my shit because your little nappy ass is gonna drag it all over the yard. It's like, boom. Sorry.
Ladies
My
and
fault.
gentlemen, this segment of Deuces Wild here on No Filter Network, sponsored by PETA. And Thrill froze up. Perfect timing. Or I froze up. No idea. Is anybody else still there? Okay, I'm good. Thrill throws. Oh, anyhow, okay. Let's get to the baseball scores for tonight. Breland just called me. Breland, what the fuck, man? I mean, you know I'm doing a podcast right now. Kevin Schall and Coastal Carolina, though. Let's give them a little bit of love. The scores tonight so far, we'll go to the top. Mets 4 in the Braves for Marcell Osuna, a bases clearing double for the Bravos. Juan Soto, a solo homer, his 14th of the year. A lot of people bitching about Juan Soto and what he's been doing in New York. Shut the fuck up. Juan Soto's doing what he always does. He plays shitty defense and he hits like no other man or I should say very few other men that have ever played the game of baseball. He's an on-base machine. He drops nukes and he is an absolute gamer. Tyrone Taylor, by the way, his second home run of the year for the Mets, and he also had a 2-run double. So a big day for Taylor. Kansas City Royals, who have been struggling mightily, dropped to 4 games below 500, 6-1 over the Texas Rangers. The Mariners 5-0 over the Red Sox. The Giants and Guardians are tied at 1. I know Rafael Devers struck out in his first at bat, but he did receive a standing ovation in his first AB in San Francisco. Robbie Ray on the mound tonight for the Gigantes. Austin Hedges a sacrifice fly, and Jonathan Rodriguez had a triple for the Tribe. Astros, I say Tribe, I mean Guardians. I can't even call them the Tribe anymore. Astros 2-0 over the A's in the top of the second in Sacramento. A sick play, by the way. I actually recorded it. Was going to do some kind of no filter thing, but it was the Astros third baseman last night. Let me get this name straight. It was Guillermo, I believe. I'm not even sure if he's in the lineup tonight, but it was one of the better plays I've seen. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, best play. Fuck that. It does not even come close to what has been going on with our guy Clark with the A's. I mean, Denzel Clark has pulled off some of the sickest catches, 3 of the sickest catches I know that I've ever seen, specifically 2. And people want to talk, and I've been debating this with my friends about what was the greatest catch of the 3. He had the one in Toronto that he went over the wall to grab. He obviously had the one in Anaheim that he went up well over the wall to grab as well. The best one by far was the crash against the wall. I've never seen a dude hit a wall like that. Pod Squad, by the way, that's right. And for those who do not know, my wife, hopefully still with us on the chat, a former member of the Pod Squad, and the backup Fryer. Padres 1-0 over the Dodgers in Los Angeles. The Marlins 8-3 over the Phillies. The Tigers 7-3 over the Buccos. Tigers now 47-27. I gotta believe that's the best record in baseball. How about the Rockies? Another win, 16-57 now. They're starting to crank them up 10-6 over the Nationals in Washington. That team can hit. They're always able to hit. Angels 4-0 over the Yankees. How about the fucking Angels, man? They're creeping back towards 535-37. The Yankees 42-30 fall in that one. The D-backs lose to the Blue Jays 5-4. The Blue Jays are now 39-33. D-backs 36-36, just at 500. They're starting to see their season slowly slip away. When you have an NL West that's stacked with the Dodgers, the Giants, and the Padres at the top, it's tough to keep pace. It's not about being 500. You got to be well over it. The Cincinnati Reds, speaking of 500, now 3 games over 500 with a win over the Twinkies, who are back to 500, 6-5 in Cincinnati. The Orioles 5-1 over the Rays. Orioles have been playing really good baseball. It's taken a lot, but they're now just 10 games below 500. I mean, you would laugh if I had said that, just 10 games below 500. This is a team that people thought would contend for the American League Eastern Division title. So far, not the case, at least in the early going, but playing much better now. The Cardinals, who we're going to have a chance to see next week in St. Louis against the Cubs. I'm looking forward to that. 12-2 over the White Sox. The Royals 6-1 over the Rangers. And then the Cubbies earlier today, 5-3 over the Brew Crew. Just got a text from Thrill. He says, I don't know what happened. My shit just cut out. And he can't get back on. Well, hey, look, no worries. We fucking killed it. Thank you guys for joining. And by the way, we are sponsored tonight by the Foot Reflexology Board. You can pick one up at ericburns.com, where you can also get Flippy. Oh, there he is.
Hey!
Dude, you're back, man.
I'm back from bumfuck Mississippi.
Hold on a second. I had to open the door.
Fresh dinners hit daily. Oh, and by the way, I have 2 hard nipples when I dingers.
I was about signing this thing off. My wife's yelling at me. I'm in a hotel.
What is she yelling at you for?
She's right here. Come here. Hop into the picture.
Tara, why are you yelling at him?
I can hear him down the hall.
It's my fault. My shit went haywire. Why are you yelling at him?
No, it's my voice, dude. It's in the hotel. It's 10:39 at night.
Oh, that's right. You're an hour ahead. Guess what? Hey, everybody down the hallway. Fuck y'all. We got a show going on here. And
I love it.
I got Mr. Flippy. I got Mr. Flippy on my tank.
You guys ended up making fun of my necklace. He's celebrating my necklace.
See, Tara? I freaking make excuses for his ass.
UCLA, by the way, down 7-0 in the top of the ninth. We got some action. Got a guy at second base. Hey, Thrill, I wanted to ask you 2 things. Number 1, I want to know your thoughts on the sissy bag that they have next to the real baseball bag in college baseball.
What the fuck is that? All right, that's first off. All right, what's your second question?
The second one, Mississippi State just had a whole regime change within their baseball program.
Big time. All right, so let's deal with the fucking sissy bag.
Let's start there.
Let's deal with the okay. We got a bag that we put down, and it's white. Okay, fine. Then we got a bag that we put right next to it, and it's green. And so if you hit a base hit or a fly ball or whatever, you got to tag the bag that's white. But if you got to beat the son of a bitch out, you got to tag the bag that's green. And if you don't tag the bag that's green, you're automatically out.
Which is really stupid, right? Apparently somebody went on the inside part of the bag the other day and he gets called out.
Which one of you fucking morons? All right, I'm looking right at the camera right here. Which one of you fucking morons in college baseball decided this bullshit? Because whoever did, you're a fucking moron. There you go.
It's too good, man. That's too good.
Dude, I mean, seriously, you got to run down to first base and you got to go, okay, it's gonna be a base hit. No, it might be an infield hit. I don't know whether I need to touch the white bag or the green bag or. Dude, seriously, really? Somebody's gonna break an ankle, and when they break an ankle and it costs them a career, and they sue the NCAA, then that fucking moron, whatever fucking moron you are, guess what? Take that with your ass.
I think that goes along with the theme of our night. The cock.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. The cock. The game cocks. Or whatever other cock you want.
I gotta go, dude. I love you. I love you. I gotta get some rest.
You gotta get some rest. I'm just getting fucking knee deep in all the shit here at the Double Deuce.
Oh, I need to come to Double Deuces Ranch. We need a live show from there. We need Battleborn.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
We need Crudelli. We need your brother. We need pickleball. We need to bring this whole hodgepodge together.
I mean, shit. You got Mike and fucking Tommy and Josh and everybody else in the fucking chat room. They all have been here. They fucking a ball. Oh,
look at this guy, man. Look at this guy.
How the hell did you get him in there?
Hey, fucking fellas. Hey, Bernsey, I got a pickleball injury to report. Not by me, but my district sales manager. So I get a fucking email yesterday morning. We're playing in a golf tournament on Monday the 23rd for the Northern Nevada Children's Cancer Foundation, something I'm a part of that all of you, thank you, Will. Will's a part of it. He's helped me out a lot with it.
Yes, but thank you. You're welcome.
All of you guys, anyone, please, this is a really good thing. So I get an email. Unfortunately, I will not be able to play Monday due to my injuries from my accident. So I call him at like 6:45. He doesn't answer. Then I call our district manager. I'm like, Sean, what's going on with Perry? He goes, oh, he broke 4 ribs and punctured a lung playing pickleball. And I went,
no fucking way.
Yeah. And I went, oh shit. Now, he's not a young man. I mean, he's an older guy, but he's a fucking competitive psycho. So Perry calls me as soon as Sean hangs up. Sorry, I missed your call. I said, dude, are you okay? He goes, yeah, I'm okay. I'm out of the hospital. I go, what the fuck happened? He goes, well, I was playing in this tournament and the net was made. It was movable, and it was made out of 4-inch tubular steel.
Yep.
And he said, I crashed the net, knocked the whole thing over, and landed on it, and not fractured, broke 4 of my ribs and punctured my lung. I don't think I can play in this tournament. I said, I don't think you should. And then he proceeds to tell me, pickleball is the fastest growing sport with older Americans and also the highest injury rate with older Americans. And then I tell him, my buddy Bernsey is trying to be ranked at this shit, and he's a psycho. And I've seen his videos, and he's fucking good at it. I'd break his balls and say, you're playing fucking ping pong on a tennis court, but I'm not fucking playing that game with you fuckers.
Dude, the problem is, number one, you're not supposed to run into the net, dude. If you run into the net, the point's over. You lose the fucking point. So tell your boy, stay the fuck away from the net, man. You just can't run into it. Number two, the ones who typically get hurt are the ones that don't play pickleball, but then all of a sudden decide, hey, I'm full send at pickleball. So you start fucking doing shit, and you think you're 25 years old again, like with all these crazy actions and movements, where the older people that actually play pickleball fucking never get hurt, but they play every fucking day. So my advice to anybody who wants to get into the sport, get into the sport if you want. But this isn't a recreational fucking sport. This is a lifestyle. And if you're not into the lifestyle, get the fuck out of here because you're going to hurt yourself. That's it.
It's a fucking lifestyle.
Bro, it's what we do, man.
Oh my God, you're a mess. You're a fucking mess. You're a fucking mess. Hey, by the way, all those people that are over there by Big Mike, I mean, like fucking Chad Belding and all that, they all want to play you in pickleball, dude. You know,
Hey, Chad, for Chad, tell Chad, I apologize. I got to hit Chad back up. I've been traveling a fuck ton. I'm gone for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I get it.
Chad, my boy, dude. We will play. I want to get back. We got to get out the Third Shot Pickleball and Arena, one of our title sponsors, by the way.
Oh wow.
Oh, they're our pro bono title sponsor. My guy Will over at Third Shot Pickleball. Hey, mention DEUCES WILD and make sure he lets you in for free. Tell him to put it on my account. Third Shot Pickleball and Arena.
Hey, Big Mike.
Yo.
So tonight, I mean, he's in North Carolina. I'm in Mississippi. We ain't been able to get on the chat room and all that sort of stuff, but it was fired up before we got on the show, and
it's been fired up.
I saw all kinds of shit going on. Was chat room pretty fucking solid tonight?
Chat room was more lively than usual. It was fucking fire.
Good. That's what I'm talking about.
Because hey, give me a real quick question.
I don't know if he did.
Just because Mike said, Mike, I feel like you always have some very genuine insight. Before we go here, because I got to get out of here. But for whatever reason, I've been visualizing and debating within myself the best logo in Major League Baseball. What is it?
St. Louis Cardinals.
I knew he was going to say that. Because he's a birds on a bat guy.
Dude, it's historic. It's classic. They're the National League Yankees as far as World Series go. It is what it is, man. Some of the all-time greats.
I get it. So, where are you going with this, Bernsey? Where are you going with this?
I will tell you where I'm going with this because there's a lot of really good ones out there, but there's no way that any of them beat this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the other birds beat the shit out of those birds. Sorry, bud. I know you guys both
your
played there.
dumbass bird on a fucking stick does nothing to this smiling orange motherfucker. Come on, Thrill. Look at this guy.
Hey, you and I both played for them, and then one of our people in our chat room, Heather, she's into the birds, all right, but they've been dragging ass. They got pretty good for a few years there, and then this year it hadn't been too good.
Dude, say whatever you want. You can't lose with that logo.
Turns out you can a lot. Just saying.
Good. I was gonna say I got my ass kicked in that fuck logo, and then I went to St. Louis, and I'm like, fucking thank God I got these motherfucking birds over here.
That is a very good point. I'm actually going to Battleborn. I'm going to Cardinals game next week. Cardinals Cubs.
Dude, where at Wrigley or at St. Louis?
St. Louis. We
Oh,
have,
dude, that's badass. But I got to see a Cardinals Cubs at Wrigley before I fucking push 6 feet under.
dude,
All
you're
right,
such a bitch ass
Battleborn.
Cardinals fan, dude.
I gotta
It's
tell
like
you this.
he's like Cardinals, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to a Cardinals Cubs game next week in St. Louis, and he takes telling me how the greatest fans in the world, the greatest birds in the world, and then he's like, oh, I want to go to Chicago, dude. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, the birds,
No. Hear me
everybody
out.
else.
Hear me out, dude. Wrigley is one of the last fucking classic, real fucking stastadiums.
Of
It's one of the
course,
few.
I talked about it earlier.
I know. I was here, dude. I listened, but that's a iconic stadium, dude. It is. I want to see the Cardinals play at St. Louis. Fuck yeah, but I want to see the Cardinals play at fucking Wrigley because it's fucking Wrigley.
So you've never been to Wrigley?
Nope.
Oh, dude, you gotta go.
Oh,
You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You
it,
gotta go for a Cardinal Cubs series in Wrigley.
I'm going to. No, it's going to happen.
Here's another one. Here's another one. All right, Burnsy, I didn't tell you this one. All right. So out of the clear blue, this is probably a month ago, I get a fucking call from Tony La Russa, and I take it. And he's like, oh, I wasn't expecting to talk to you. I go, if it's you, I'm going to answer the phone.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so what he wants to do is he wants to acknowledge some of the past Cardinal greats. And so he wants to do the 2000 team, which I was a part of once I got traded over. And he wants to do the 2011 team. And he wants to acknowledge Darryl Cobb. So Darryl died in 2002, and so he wants to do that. He wants the 2011 team. I don't know.
That was a
Maybe
special
he is
team,
during
man.
the
That was a
2010.
special team. That team was legit.
Yeah. But anyway, so he wants to do a lot of this shit, and so we're gonna have a fucking get together in St. Louis with all of these teams, and so I'll be taking pictures with everybody and all that sort of shit. And so when we do the no filter, we'll fucking rehash all that shit.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I think we should probably at the same time honor Jose Kendo and Ozzie Smith in their little bitch asses. Fucking.
Fuck. Take that, bitches. Take that, bitches.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I sent Will
stand me and
fucking
hit me upside the head. Don't be trying to hit me behind my fucking helmet. Stand in front of me and fucking hit me between the eyeballs. Now, in the meantime, your ass is gonna fucking take a fucking beating.
It's like you gave him a noogie, dude.
Oh, I got the picture because it was a fucking left and it was a fucking right. And I got the picture on my phone of the right where it's like, he wore it upside the face.
Oh, Battleborn, any final thoughts here before I sign off, man?
Yeah. So you were talking college baseball tonight. So I'll just throw this out there. The Mountain West Freshman of the Year, second team All American, a couple deals. Sean Yamaguchi got offered $200,000 NIL money to come to LSU, and he's coming back to Reno for his sophomore year.
Come on.
Seriously. And then Jake McCarthy. He's been our coach for 3 years, took us from worst to first in 3 seasons. And I hope Jake sticks around for a bit. They have a program here. But I'm happy that fucking Big Sexy Gooch is coming back, as this kid can fucking flat out play baseball. It's fun to watch.
You know, I went to a game, man.
I know you did. You sent me fucking videos and pictures and shit. I saw you there.
They 10-run San Diego State.
Yep. No,
I hit up Jake after the game, man. I just hey, appreciate what you're doing, following along, and keep up the great work. Look, I got a slew of guys starting in high school right now. I got 3 freshmen that were starting on the St. Francis baseball team. Like, there's kids I can at least push in that direction. So tell Jake, continue the great work, and I'm in his corner.
dude, that's badass, man. The ultimate thing would be to have you two do the Bobby Dolan dinner as a fucking podcast for Deuces Wild. That would be fucking epic.
I'm all in.
You
guys just got to get Thrill out there.
I'm in.
No,
we just got to make the dates
yep,
work.
the dates got to work right. Yep, this last year we had Will, and then they fucked up and didn't have the room, and then it didn't work out. And but you two guys doing what you do in front online and in front of this crowd, dude, oh my God, it would be fucking glorious.
It would. It certainly
would be.
I will not do it though if I have to watch my language.
No, do not watch your language. It's all adults.
I'm not watching my language.
Yeah, see? It's all good. You guys do you. You guys are building this platform by being who you are. Don't fucking change that shit for anyone.
Battleborn, I love you, man. Thrill, I love you. Next week, are we on? Tell me we're on.
From Reno?
What is next?
The 24th, you're going to be, you and TC are going to be shooting with us.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be shooting with you during the day, but at night, I can do this.
Just bring your iPad, man. Let's do this.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my iPad, but I'll be with Big Mike and Jared, so.
Big Mike.
You know what? Fucking, we'll have a group session.
Group session next week. Next week, Big Mike.
Yep.
Hey, say hello to the missus and all the elves out there in the North Pole, man. You're looking great.
Hey, thank you, buddy.
Tell Sandy we say.
Yep, Sandy's looking forward to seeing you guys on Friday.
Hey, Battleborn.
Yo.
Want to give us a titty shot before we get out of here?
Hold on.
No, don't give him a titty shot.
On that note, see